at long last, my favorite series of, no. We don't talk about that English title because it's known as Detective Conan, not that. But this time, I'll be talking about the author Gosho Aoyama. He was born on June 21st of 1963 in Hokkaido, Japan. Zodiac is Cancer, and he is 59 years old. His blood type is B. His real name, Yoshimasa Gosho. Gosho read crime novels. He also read manga, but in secret, because his parents were strict and told him nothing good can come out of reading manga. But little did they know, because he is now a well-known author for his series of Detective Conan. Well, for those who know of Detective Conan. In the first grade, his painting of the Yukiai War got a reward and was displayed at the Totori Daimaru department store. Yurai Kue High School in Hokkaido, Japan, and he studied at Nihon University College of Art in Tokyo, Japan. In 1986, he won a comic contest for a freshman student. Tokyo Disneyland, where he painted backgrounds for the Pirates of Caribbean. Also, for those who don't know, because I sure didn't, the Pirates of Caribbean ride opening day in Tokyo, Japan was in 1986. Did you know that Gosho Aoyama almost gave up his dream and decided to become an art teacher? But that all changed when he joined the manga studies club, where he met Yutaka Abe, who encouraged him to become a manga artist. Gosho was also inspired in starting Detective Conan, based on being a fan of Sherlock Holmes, as well as crime and mystery novels. Who was Yutaka Abe? He's an assistant for Gosho Aoyama. Before this all started, Gosho Aoyama was an assistant to Yutaka Abe in the creation of 100% Tante Monogatari. Gosho Aoyama's first idea. His first idea was to get his work published by Weekly Shonen magazine, but unfortunately, it got rejected due to his drawing style. Gosho Aoyama's first work, Nonchalant Lupin, received an honorable mention to the magazine Weekly Shonen magazine. Aoyama's debut, a manga artist with Choto Matate, which was published in the magazine of Weekly Shonen Sunday in winter of 1987, which he joined after being rejected by the Weekly Shonen magazine, and shortly after, he began a new manga after the Nonchalant Lupin and Choto Matate by doing Magic Kaito in the same magazine of Weekly Shonen Sunday. Kaito also later appears in Detective Conan, which is his popular series of the anime and manga he created. Wait for Me, or Choto Matate, which was made in 1987. Magic Kaito in 1987, and well, it's present, not really sure what happened to this, but I do know, as I mentioned before, it does appear in Detective Conan. Yaiba in 1988 through 1993. Third Base 4th in 1991 through 1993. Gosho Aoyama's collection of short stories. I'm not really sure the year for that. Detective Conan in 1994 and present to this day. Tell Me a Lie, made in 2007. Guessing it was a one-shot. Yeah. His editors said that Magic Kaito would be popular among adults and young girls and not to young boys, and he had it end it shortly. I'm not mad. Not at all. Sorry, I gotta clear my throat. So, he made a series of Yaiba that lasted 24 volumes between 1988 through 1993. Then, Detective Conan came along because his editors asked him to come up with a mystery manga and hoped that it would match the popularity of Kindaichi, which kinda, well, surpassed Kindaichi based on the popularity. But in terms of what series is better, I can't really say because I only watched and read Detective Conan. I will eventually watch Kindaichi or read it or both. But most people, from what I've read through comments on my anime list, Quora, Reddit, etc., are saying Kindaichi was a lot better than Detective Conan. But if you read a mystery manga of detectives, then most likely people will know more about Detective Conan since it's still an ongoing series. then again, I'm not really sure if Kandaichi has stopped or not. He wanted Gosho Aoyama to change the title into Detective Doyle due to Conan the Boy in the Future series, as well as Conan the Barbarian. But Aoyama was so stuck with the name Conan and believed it would take over Conan the Boy in Future series. I am so happy that Gosho Aoyama stuck with the name of Detective Conan, because Detective Doyle, well, it doesn't click with me. One of the reasons why it was called Case Closed is because Conan the Barbarian and Conan O'Brien, I think. Anyways, Detective Conan was first published in the weekly Shonen Sunday on January 19, 1994. Gosho Aoyama never expected Detective Conan to last as long as it is now, and thought it would end in 3 months. Who knew? Because now it might just never end, and honestly, I think I'm okay with that. Well, to an extent. Aoyama has won 2 awards for his work as a manga artist. In 1992, he won Shogakukan Manga Award for a shonen that was Yaiba. Same award in 2001 for Detective Conan for being placed in 46th place in the award. The best-selling manga for right now, as far as I know, it has over 270 million copies of Detective Conan throughout the world. I'm sure some of you guys are thinking how he comes up with this, so let me just say, he didn't plan Detective Conan series beforehand. Yeah, he just writes it out and writes down interesting plot points on a notepad as he watches crime thrillers. Gosho has a lot of documents to gather for his series for Conan, such as the knowledge for music, history, cooking, and etc. He also has ideas from his siblings, such as his older brother, who is a scientist and helps him out with the gadgets. He has another brother who is a doctor and gets information from his brother about medical affairs to put into his manga series. Man, must be nice to have siblings who can help you with your story ideas. But not only that, Gosho also has ideas from police officers, inspectors, and detectives. Yeah, he's good friends with them and gathers some information from them to put into his manga series of Detective Conan, as well as his assistants, who help him with the story. As far as I know, the fantasy is somewhat of a mystery fantasy series, and one of the fantasy is, well, with Conan being small. And Gosho Aoyama tries to make the series as realistic as possible since he really likes that aspect. And yeah, most manga writers have 3 proportions: the name, blueprint of the story, the draft, and the pen drawing. However, Gosho adds a second draft before the pen drawing. The eyes. The gadget, coming up with new tricks for each case, kinda difficult for him. He really enjoys receiving fan letters from readers each time. Oh, okay. I would never do this, but this is why I respect manga artists. Because Gosho Aoyama's schedule is, well, 5 days per week. He draws for 20 hours per day. He takes 3 15-minute breaks throughout the day to either eat or sleep. And he sleeps only from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and also 2 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. But he skips the nap and keeps working if times are tough. Eiichi Yamagishi is in charge of designing architecture and technical stuff like vehicles, weapons. Yutaka Abe, a prolific manga artist himself since the 70s, became known in Japan for his original work like Fight High Step June, was adapted into an anime later on. He now works as an assistant to Gosho Aoyama, which I've mentioned earlier, and created the manga based on the movie and illustrations for the novels of Detective Conan. Keiji Aso helps Gosho with inking manuscripts. Hattori Kurosato worked for Gosho. His own work is called Lisa's Inedible Tale. Koichi Kishida. He's an assistant of Gosho since at least somewhere during the run of Yaiba. Masaki Nikishi is an assistant supporting Gosho since his first work and seems to help him with inking the manga manuscripts. Ryo Kameshiro is an assistant that worked for Gosho somewhere during the serialization of Detective Conan. Yutaka Tani is one of the assistants working with Gosho since his first manga helps him with the layouting or the sketch for his manuscripts. Denjiro Maru, Masaru Ota, Kazuhiro Kubota are the ones that help put together the Detective Conan special manga. And last but not least, an unnamed female assistant since 2011, also drawing several of the background. In 1994, he designed characters for Bakunetsu Chapter and Square Super Famicom RPG Live a Live. Rice with curry. Blue. Beans and raisins. Bottle. And it's one of Detective Conan's catchphrases saying, "Damn full." It's a fan of the Giants. Orawa Teppei. Dragon Ball, Chihaya Furu, Mix, One Punch Man, and etc. Demon Slayer, Your Name, Steins Gate, Neon Genesis, Evangeline, and probably more. Animal Crossing. Juventus. Gosho and Takayama have first met when she first voiced the main character Yaiba. May 5th, 2005, Aoyama married Minami Takayama on her birthday. She is the singer of 2mix and voice actress for Conan in the anime adaptation of Detective Conan. She was also in a few more of the anime adaptations. On December 10, 2007, they divorced. Why? Well, because of work circumstances of not being able to spend quality time at home together. And probably more reasons that is not announced. Gosho went to the hospital in 2015 for an operating, and on December 17, 2017, he was hospitalized again. He assured his fans that the surgery went as planned without incident. Detective Conan Movie 1, because he put so much thought into it. The gadget that stands out to him, the shoes, because it has so much power. Gadget that he wants. An aesthetic watch, so he could put his editor to sleep so he could skip work. Aoyama never really had a rival. I mean, he had for a bit. Kindaichi Shonen no Jaikenbo, but that was not even for a long time, just for a short while. Crossover with Lupin III vs. Detective Conan movie and a TV special in Detective Conan vs. Lupin III. Gosho gave Conan glasses with Clark Kent in mind. Gosho admitted that, like Conan or Shinichi, he was good at sports, but bad at music when he was younger. Also, Kudo's football skills were inspired by the Japanese football when it was gaining footing in the international football scene. He copies realistic animals, trees, cars, and location over a book, and later draws it himself, which looks more realistic, and his coloring is amazing. I mean, look at all these movie posters. I freaking love these posters. They're so beautiful. Baseball bat by mail signed by the famous Matsui of Tokyo Giants in person. What a lucky guy. Aoyama used to be called Aoyama-san, but he's now called Aoyama-sensei. Aoyama went on a trip to London to have a look at the British Museum, a museum dedicated to the manga author Aoyama in the town of Hokue, Shimane Prefecture on March 18, 2007. Conan's bridge across the Yura River. Detective Conan statues and a museum that celebrates Aoyama's career as a manga artist. The budget for this museum is approximately 194 million yen, which in terms for US money, it's right around $1.65 million. Gosho Aoyama's website is, well, this link that will be below in my description. And, well, this website is mainly of Gosho Aoyama's museum for the manga factory, but it's in Japanese, so if you don't know how to read it, that's okay, because I don't know how to read it too. I go there for the images, and they're cool, they're beautiful, but if you know how to read Japanese, that's awesome. Gosho Aoyama and Eiichiro Oda did a crossover for a special interview event in 2022. Let me just say, I was really happy to see that because I am a fan of One Piece and Detective Conan. That's all I have. Thank you all for joining me on knowing more about Gosho Aoyama. I love his work so much, mainly Detective Conan. Anyways, I love you all and hope you comrades are having a wonderful day. Not kidding. Love you. Bye.